All right, and I apologize as we had some technical difficulties, but the game is underway as UVA comes down the wing and he misses a shot wide. And that's picked up by Riley Brady, who makes a stretch pass across the zone to Lucas Tremont, who tries to find it in the center, but they can't connect. UVA comes back in on the weak side of the boards and sends the puck in, but that's also going to be sent wide as Seth Johnson's behind to pick it up, and then he gets helped out by Chase Arnett. Johnson and Arnett battling with two Cavaliers on the boards as the puck is sent around, and Riley Brady's the winger on that side, but it's just out of reach for him as UVA regroups. Sent back in an attempted stretch pass to the neutral zone, just out of reach for the Cavaliers, and we're going to have our first whistle of the game only a minute in. And after that face-off, Patrick Casey's line is going to find themselves out there as he steps into the face-off dot. Mountaineers lose the draw on their offensive end, but it's kept in, and a shot sent by Sam Casper just bounces around. Mountaineers get it back in the neutral zone and send it back into the offensive end. Robbie Richter picks it up around the blue line, but he's offside, so he's forced to get back out as the Cavaliers get to regroup again. But they can't complete a pass right now on that breakout as the Mountaineers keep it in, and they're forcing turnovers left and right as a puck is sent on net and just patted away. Richter tries to send it around. It's cut off. On the forecheck, the Mountaineers find themselves with the puck again, sending it back behind the net, trying to create something low in the zone as the puck goes up to Casper, and he goes back down looking for Casey. Casey can't corral it. The Cavaliers are looking on the move for a breakout, but Richter with a relentless forecheck gets that puck back, a pass in front, and the Mountaineers just can't connect. A shot, and it just goes wide by Gleason. Mountaineers knocking on the doors. Casper tries to pass it in front to the slot, and that puck just bounces off his stick, and now here comes UVA. Into the offensive end, down on the half wall. He carries it behind the net. A hit delivered by Gleason as the puck is sent up to the point, and Richter just gets a skate on that weak attempt from the point shot. And then Geyer's going to cover it up as we have our second whistle of the period. Aaron Watson wins the faceoff back to Cam Maresco, who battles hard on the boards. Puck sent around. Locklear looks for something, but it's cut off. UVA looks in front, up to the point. He takes a shot, and it goes off of McCabe's shin pad, who makes a great block there. Puck sent in front into the slot. It's poked by Locklear, and McCabe comes out with it, but he can't keep possession. Through Maresco's legs back into the defensive zone. Sent all the way around the offensive zone to the weak side. Virginia looking for something in front. He has a man, but that play was cut off by Jack Beatson, who was just there in the high slot to break that up. Puck sent behind, and Aaron Watson's going to get it, and he's going to send it all the way down, and that's going to be an icing. But a much-needed moment to breathe for the Mountaineers as Virginia got some good opportunities there right off the faceoff. And this makes it the second night in a row that Geyer is seeing action in between the pipes, starting in the blue paint tonight. As Virginia looks in front, he connects, but Geyer's there, and he makes it look easy, just standing there. And he denies the Cavalier knocking at the door. Chase Arnett wins the faceoff back to Aiden Hoey, who tries to send a stretch pass all the way down to Riley Brady, and he beats one man. Can he beat everyone for the icing? He does. Brady does a little chip and sends it back down in the corner to Tremont, who finds Arnett, who tries to send it back in front to Tremont, and that's going to be a goal! The Mountaineers strike first. Riley Brady. As Tremont, Arnett, and Brady, a new grouping for this year, find themselves on the score sheet only 3.5 minutes into the first period here. So after that, Patrick Casey's line will step out there, but the same defensive pairing of Hoey and Seth Johnson will stay out there as a shot is taken and it's paddled away. Down in the corner, Mountaineers get a shot off the half boards, but that's not going to be enough. And UVA just decides to chip it, but it hits the roof, so we're going to have another whistle. And as the referee signals for the home team to get the final line change here, the Mountaineers looking to get the start they wanted, striking early first, because that's something they've benefited from greatly this season. As Casey wins a faceoff back, but a Cavalier cuts it off for him. But Robbie Richter has the puck, and he sends it off the side of the goal. As Patrick Casey's there, he loses the puck, but stepping into Sam Casper, just kicks the puck on, and back down to Casey. He's looking for something. He gets it up to Gleason. Gleason rips a shot off a shin pad, and that gets out of the offensive end. Now Casper gets beat by one man. The one player just sends it wide. So he didn't really even test Geyer there, and he beat everybody. As Gleason now has some speed in the neutral zone, trying to create something. He sends it back up to his partner Casper, who sends it down to Richter, and back down to Gleason. Gleason back behind himself, looking for somebody, as Richter finds himself carrying the puck again. He looked for Gleason there, but that's not going to work. As a chip past Gleason goes straight to Geyer, he's going to cover it up, and we're going to get a whistle 5 minutes into the first period. As the Mountaineers win the faceoff, Locklear just sends it around, just out of reach for Bongren, and they're going to call that an icing. We're going to have another faceoff in the same end. Cavaliers come away with the faceoff in their offensive end. They make the D-to-D pass, take it down the weak side boards. He tried to take a shot from a weird angle, but it hits the back of the net. But Virginia still has possession, carrying it around the bottom of the circle and chip back behind. Locklear plays the body, and he comes away with the puck, but not until a second Virginia player comes and intervenes. Locklear in a 2v1 situation, and Moresco comes away with the puck in the front of the net. Moresco sauces it on, and he finds himself with the puck again. As Bongren bodies someone off and sends the saucer pass across to Watson, but he can't control it there. As Geyer paddles it into the corner. Watson all the way back deep in the defensive end. Shot sent from the point. It's blocked off the stomach of Moresco. UVA looking in front of the net again, looking for that high slot option, but Seth Johnson is there to interrupt it. Now Bongren sends it back down, all the way down to a changing Virginia's bench, and they're not going to call it an icing. We play on. There's Beatson to cut that play off. And to help him, Ethan Locklear. Or I apologize, Aaron Watson. Virginia tries to settle it down and look for something. And they go for those same stretch passes that Richmond is trying to find yesterday, but they're not able to connect there. Not that it matters, as a Cavalier beats everyone there, and a huge hit by Johnson. And he does a great job breaking up the play there by hitting the man he just hit into the puck carrier there, and that's going to be enough for Aiden Hoey to get some possession of the defensive zone. He connects with Beatson. Beatson makes a man fall and gets the puck out of the zone. And now it's chipped back on, glove by Geyer, who drops it for Hoey. Hoey behind the net. He drops it off for his partner, and now Johnson gets it up to Beatson, who tries to drop it off to Tremont, but there's just a miscue there, and they get it out, but only temporarily, as UVA retreats. Virginia decides to send the puck in on another deep chip, as Sam Casper gets it over to Toby Gleason, and he's pressed immediately. Gleason comes away with the puck, and he chips it And then delivering a big hit. Riley Brady gets knocked down there from behind as Tremont finds himself in space. He takes a shot, and it's saved. Casper sends it down to Tremont. It's in his skates. He's looking for it, sends it across to Gleason. Gleason takes a shot, and it's sticked and into the netting. And we're going to have another whistle. As both teams go for a unit change here, there's going to be a penalty on Gleason, actually, for 2 minutes. The Mountaineers are 5-on-4. Or sorry, they're not. That is a mistake on the scoreboard. As it looks like they're still 5-on-5. The Mountaineers send the puck back into the zone, and then it gets out. But Geyer is able to control it with time. He sends the saucer pass, and it goes straight into the bench. Has some excellent height there by Geyer. That's the one. And there seems to be some sort of mistake by the scorers table as the penalty has been applied to App State. But UVA only has 4 players out there. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say they're the ones who are penalized as Tremont controls it out of the zone. So I apologize as the Mountaineers' first power play of the game. And Tremont gets it in deep, and he tries to control. Watson comes in to help. And Tremont gets it over to him. Arnett has it at the point. He winds up and shoots into the body of one defender. Arnett throws it back into the zone, and Tremont has it again. It's sent around all the way to Luke Miller, who just tries to backhand it back in the zone, but that's not going to work. As on a break, here comes number 3 from Virginia, but he gets pushed off the puck by a strong Lucas Tremont. And that's probably going to save a goal, if not at least a high-quality chance. And Chase Arnett comes down on the left wing. Arnett gets the puck poked away from him as it's sent all the way down, but Gleason gets it in his defensive end. As Luke Miller and Ethan Locklear go for a change, replaced by Patrick Casey and Robbie Richter. And then Sam Casper gets on the ice, who makes a pass across to Gleason. Gleason carries it in. He passes over to Brady, who takes a one-timer, and it just goes wide of the net. Casper has it at the point. Casper's shot off the stomach of the Virginia goaltender. Richter has it behind the net. He sends it back around to the point he just came from. And Casper has it now at the blue line. Casper over to Casey, who passes it in front. The Mountaineers just looking for a high-quality chance here as Richter tries to make a man miss. And then off of something on the ice, Richter tried to get the puck up, and Virginia looked like they had too many men, but Casper is just going to body a man off the puck. And the Mountaineers are going to get nothing on that power play. But they don't give up a goal despite a few chances that seemed to might be heading that way. Patrick Casey sends it across to Gleason. Gleason sends it all the way in, and on the weak side is back to Casey. He cuts in, and he almost came away with it after cutting through 2 defenders, but that's going to go behind the cage. As it's sent across on the blue line to Johnson, but that's not going to work as McCabe tried to find him. But then McCabe has an excellent back check, lifting a stick and getting a body on the puck carrier. Virginia finds the puck in front, but it's blocked by Hoey. Hoey sending it off the boards. It hits the skates of Beatson, but he still controls it and brings it into the offensive end. Beatson hits the brakes before he gets to the boards. Virginia has the puck again. The neutral zone, across it, they make a stretch pass. He cuts inside. A shot off the pad of Geyer, who puts it out of the way. Good rebound control by Geyer, as there's going to be a whistle for a puck out of play. As the Mountaineers come away with that faceoff. Tremont gets it across to Arnett. Arnett back to Tremont and back to Arnett, who looks back to Tremont for a little give and go and give and go. And that's just broken up. Zarnett finds himself with the puck again, just outside the offensive zone. He comes back in down the middle, delivers a hit as the puck carrier, and gets it in deep. As Lucas Arnett, Chase Arnett, just delivers the boom there. Virginia's going to come away with the puck, though. Cutting through, looking across. It's a 3-on-2 situation. And they couldn't get a shot on net off. That was just fluttered into the corner off the backhand. As they battle on the boards. There's now 4 or 5 bodies all in the corner. Virginia comes away with it. They take a shot. It's blocked by Locklear. He drops down to one knee and blocks it with his shoulder. As a puck sent across the cage, nobody gets it. Dyer was there for the angle. Tremont's there in the corner with Locklear to help him. Tremont comes away with it, but he can't get it out of the zone. Back at the point, Virginia has it. Another weak backhander towards the net. And that's not going to be enough as the Mountaineers are there to block it. But they still can't get it out of the zone. Brady now has it, sends it out, and that's finally going to be enough for the Mountaineers to get out of the zone. But that's going to be an icing with 7:47 remaining in the first period. Patrick Casey's line steps back out there. They've been creating some good opportunities. Let's see if they can get something here on this shift as Casey chips it ahead and Brady's in a foot race for that puck. And Brady gets a body on it, forces the puck carrier to give it up. But his defenseman is just going to give it right back to him after Brady peels off. Now a hit delivered by Richter on number 19 from the Cavaliers. And he comes away with the puck after beating not 1, not 2, but 3 guys. And Luke Miller's there to help him out. Luke Miller looking for something, dumps it off to Richter. And then the Mountaineers trying to throw it in front of the net. There's nobody there. Virginia comes away with it once again. Just kind of a pass sent towards the net at Geyer. He has no issue covering that. And we're going to have another stoppage of play. Zake and Carter just can't win the faceoff in the defensive zone, something the Mountaineers need to do right now as they're struggling to get the puck out. Sam Casper sends it around, and then the Mountaineers just can't get it out. Casper pokes it around to Gleason. Gleason tries to send it out, and once again, it's blocked by a Virginia player. So now Brandon Miller has it, gets it over to Casper, who just gets it out of the zone, but Virginia has it in the neutral zone, and they just send it back in deep. Geyer paddles it over to Casper, who gets it up the boards to Bongren. But Bongren can't control it, and now it's back behind with Casper again, who gets it over to Gleason, who gets it over to Bongren, who again control it again. And Virginia takes the shot off the back of Sam Casper. Mountaineers are putting on a blocking clinic right now. As Virginia finds the puck at the point again. They take a shot, another block for Sam Casper. As the Mountaineers are eager to give up the body right now, and it's working in their favor. They're holding on to this 1-0 lead, despite their struggles breaking the puck out lately in this period. Now Virginia has it again, a shot blocked by Aiden Hoey. And it's got to be frustrating for the Cavaliers when shot after shot finds the shin pads and the shoulders of App State players, as Beatson comes away with the puck in the offensive zone and then loses it as he approaches the slot. Virginia trying to find the breakout now. They can't get it. McCabe has it at the blue line. And now Virginia's going to be able to get the puck out of the zone. A hit delivered by Hoey. He stands one up, and then the retaliation hit on Beatson. Virginia comes in on the left side. And they look for something, and they cycle it back down in the corner. Goes back up the boards as Seth Johnson delivers a hit. A physical game between these two. And now Aaron Watson's even getting in on the mix as he receives a head rub, and in a slot he shoots, and that goes over after a stick gets in the way. Another shot, And that's saved by Geyer. The Mountaineers finally get possession in the neutral zone as McCabe looks for Beatson just out of reach, and they lose possession again almost as quickly as they found it. And now Maresco has it. He gets it back up to Arnett. Arnett shakes off a hit and gets the puck into the zone, but that goes back up the boards to Maresco's side.
All right, guys.
And then we're going to have another whistle here as there's an offsides with a little under 5 minutes left in the first period. Geyer has a conversation with the ref. You get ready for the next faceoff. And the puck ends up back once again in the Mountaineers' defensive zone. This time Cam Maresco kicks it, tries to send a pass up, but it just wasn't clean enough. Virginia once again gets the puck, but the pass is blocked by Locklear as the net gets knocked off its moorings. And there's another whistle. Geyer pulls it back on. And the puck is won by the Mountaineers. Tremont completes the stretch pass to Brady. A successful neutral zone pass, something that's taken a few shifts for the Mountaineers. And now Arnett has it. He takes a shot, and it's blockered away. The Cavaliers just slap that puck out of the slot. And another shot attempt, but it doesn't get to the net. Arnett has it at the point. Arnett surveying his options. He passes it back down. And that's an incomplete pass as the Mountaineers just keep it in the zone. And Arnett looks for something again. He can't complete anything. He's looking for Tremont in the front of the net, but those two just can't connect right now. The Mountaineers having some issues passing the puck at the moment, but Tremont knocks someone down after taking issue with him stealing the puck from him. And Tremont enters, shoots the puck wide left of the net, and that's behind there. Arnett and Tremont are in the corner together, and Richter's on the weak side. Puck is sent over to Gleason, who has one with him. And he tries to get it back to Arnett, but nobody's there. And Locklear makes the block as he slaps it off the glass. And Gleason tries to control it as he finds himself with a little time. For once this period, the Virginia forecheck has been absolutely relentless, cutting off these breakout passes as they do it again because the Mountaineers get it out, but Virginia goes right back into the zone. However, that's going to be an icing, and there's only 3 minutes remaining in the first frame. Patrick Casey steps into the dot. A win would be massive for the Mountaineers here as they lose that draw. But they try to keep the puck in the zone. Virginia gets control, and they get the breakout once again. So they come down in a 2-on-2 situation, but it bounces off his stick. And Peyton Craig plays the puck as he gets his first ice time of the season. Is Craig one of the new transfers to App State? Very excited to play in his first game. And he finds himself right now on the back line with Toby Gleason. As Patrick Casey tries to muscle someone off the puck, battling hard in the corner, and Craig comes to help him out. And Casey comes away with the puck. And now he's taking on two defenders at once, and now Virginia finally gets possession back. And it's sent back behind the boards. Gleason is there to get it, and he's cut off by one forechecker. Robbie Richter has it, and he carries it out of the zone. Richter brings it wide. Richter tries to look in front to Luke Miller, but they can't connect. And on the half wall, Virginia looks for the breakout pass. And staring at the stretch pass, a hit is delivered by Robbie Richter. And then Aaron Watson gets the puck in the neutral zone and sends it back in. And flying in there is Jack Beatson. Then Aaron Watson comes away with it. He brings it in front, and then a shot taken. And Caden McCabe just couldn't get a shot there in what looks like a perfect opportunity. Now Seth Johnson tries to take the hit, and he just kicks the puck out of the zone, and that's going to break up the forecheck, as there's a late hit delivered by number 7 on the Cavaliers, but nothing's going to be called there. When the puck is sent into the zone, Johnson picks it up. Beatson has it to the center, to Watson, who gets it across to his other winger, Caden McCabe. And then he sends it in the zone. Virginia with another hit right there as Beatson plays the body in the corner. Now Locklear controls it on the neutral zone and decides to just send it back in as Aaron Watson goes for a change. And so does Aiden Hoey. Locklear sends it back in. And some more changes. The Mountaineers go for an entire unit change here. And a hit attempted by Riley Brady. But the Cavalier just powers through. He carries it around the boards. And he's knocked down by Locklear. Knocks him off the puck. But Virginia still comes away with it. As Brady has it and gets it over to Arnett. Who passes it around the boards to Tremont. And Arnett, once again, not being knocked down, just delivering a reverse hit as the puck finds Brady entering the zone. Brady runs into someone. 20 seconds remaining. Cavaliers send it around. Arnett's there to cut it off. Arnett throws it to the front of the net, and that's sticked away. Now looking in front, Tremont, he tries to get it in front. The Mountaineers just not strong enough on the puck, and Locklear sends it in, and that's going to be the end of the first period. So going into the second period, the Mountaineers are up 1-0. A lead that they're definitely going to enjoy. But a tale of two halves of a period where the first half of it, they were absolutely dominating, and in the second half, they were struggling to get the puck out. So we'll see what we'll see in the second period. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Just like that, we're back with some second period action as a shot sent by Luke Miller goes through the crease. And now the Mountaineers have the puck. Patrick Casey's looking for something. He gets it back up to the point. A shot sent by Seth Johnson, blocked by a Cavalier. And now they look for the chip pass out, and they connect as they go through the neutral zone down the left side. The shot taken, and that's into the stomach of Geyer, who controls that easily. And now Johnson tries to send it up to Casey, who just gets it in the zone and now goes off the ice, leaving Richter as the lone forechecker. Richter comes away with the puck, but he can't control it as two Virginia players come and they get the puck out. Tremont gets the pass over to Arnett, back over to Tremont, carries it in on his backhand. Tremont cutting to the net, and he just can't score there. As a great opportunity for Tremont streaking to the net. He's always strong in that position. And then there's going to be an offside. Crowley Brady brings it back in over the blue line. We're going to have a whistle. We apologize for the short break, as apparently there are only minute and 20 breaks in between the periods here, with neither team going back to the locker room. And I'm not complaining. We get back to the action sooner, and you guys get to watch hockey. As the puck is sent in by the Cavaliers. And there's Gleason sending it around to Brady. Brady tries to chip it out of the zone, but they can't get it out. Virginia carries it back in. Into the corner, and now Brady has it again. He gets it up the boards, and a stretch pass is sent to Tremont, and he gets it on the right wing. He sends a puck wide of the boards, but Arnett is there on the other side. He sends a puck to the front, assuming it was to Tremont, but he wasn't really in that position, and Virginia easily controls it out of the zone. Now the puck is poked out as Virginia is changing, and Gleason gets interfered with, and that's going to be a penalty, as it was right in front of the man with the orange armband. And some refs will let that slide, but he's not letting that slide today, and the Mountaineers are going to get their second opportunity on the power play. As Maresco, Gleason, Casey, Brady, and Richter are the unit for the power play here. Let's see what they can drum up here very early in the second period. They can expand on that lead. Mountaineers win the faceoff. Riley Brady has it, and he gets it over to Casey. Casey, battling, gets it over to Richter, who finds Maresco coming down. Maresco now in the corner, back behind the net to Casey. Casey gets beat to the puck, but he gets a body on there, and he fights strong, getting the puck back for Robbie Richter. Richter makes a cut. He gets knocked down, but he tries to stay with the puck. And now Casey, Richter, and Brady all battling the same corner on the point to Gleason. He looks for something over to Brady. Brady takes a shot off an ankle, and now Patrick Casey has it behind the net. Casey up to Gleason. He passes over to Brady, who takes a shot off a pad. What a save. And that's going to be a goal for Robbie Richter. After a shot by Riley Brady hits the pad, it goes behind the goal line, and he just hits the side of the goaltender, and it goes into the net. And then so after that, the Mountaineers are going to change power play units to Casey's unit with Brady and Richter and Gleason and Maresco. And I apologize for the connection, as we seem to be having issues, as Skate Nation here in Glen Falls, Virginia, does not pay for very good Wi-Fi. The faceoff is won back. Gleason tries to control. And then the Mountaineers just can't control it, but Virginia having trouble corralling the puck, and that goes off the body of Riley Brady, but they're still able to get it out, and it goes back to Gleason, who goes back and forth through the zone, over to Casey, and back to Gleason. Gleason carries in slowly, drops it off for Richter. Richter gets it across for Casey. Casey takes a shot, and it's off the pads. Maresco has it in the corner. He passes it back to Brady. Brady has it, surveying his options. He goes across to Gleason, and Gleason goes back up to the point. A shot goes wide, and now Richter has it behind the net. On the goal line, Richter makes a move in the corner and carries it back behind the net the other direction. Sauces it up to Gleason. Gleason trying to make a stretch pass to Casey on the weak side. He saw something there, but it doesn't connect. Casey carries it on the blue line. He opens up his hips, and it's tipped in by Cam Maresco. What a play by Cameron Maresco. My goodness. A great shot and a great job opening his hips by Casey. And that looked a little high, and the referees confer, and they're going to call that no goal. As it did look like Maresco's stick was above the crossbar, so they're probably not going to let that stand, and they're making the right call to call that no goal. But nonetheless, an impressive play by Maresco to make contact with that puck and get it under the crossbar when it's at that height. And so we're going to have a face-off outside the zone with 20 seconds left on the power play for the Mountaineers. So the face-off is won by Virginia. They just send it on a stretch pass through the middle, but Maresco is there to get the puck back. Maresco passes it back up the boards to Gleason. Gleason carries it behind his own net, cuts back, makes one guy miss, and just brings it up the middle of the defensive zone. Gleason now has a little speed and just carries it wide. He gives it off to Casey, but he just can't get around Gleason. He's going to bring him off sides, and that's going to be the end of the Mountaineers' power play with 11:08 remaining in the second period. So the faceoff is won by the Mountaineers, and Hoey tries to send it in, but it hits some bodies, and now Virginia comes away with it in the defensive zone. Watson is there with the forechecker. He interrupts the play, and now Beatson's there with him. The Mountaineers are causing havoc for Virginia in their offensive zone, but it's not enough as the Cavaliers come away with the puck. He takes a shot, and it hits another Mountaineer. As again, they're putting on a clinic of blocking, and a shot from point blank. A slap shot is saved by Geyer. The faceoff is won back by App State. And he looks for Brady on the stretch pass where he gets it, and Brady chips it into the zone. Brady lays the body there, and Tremont gets the puck back, gloves it down, and he's looking for something. He gets it in front of the net, but Arnett is just not able to get the shot off as he plays it with a high stick, but Virginia touches it first. And so they're going to call it a hand pass, I believe, even though, if anything, it was a high stick and it was touched by the Cavaliers. So that should not be a whistle. Yet here we are. So there's going to be another face-off. Inside the offensive zone for the Mountaineers with Arnett, Brady, and Tremont, and Locklear and Maresco on the blue line, similar to the power play unit. Zarnett does win it back, but Virginia is able to come away with the puck. Cavaliers bringing it into their offensive zone. Get a shot from the point, gloved down by Geyer. Now Brady has the puck going down the wing, and he goes down, but not after bringing the puck into the zone. And Virginia gets it back out. Locklear gets it to Tremont, who gets it to Brady. Brady takes a shot, but it goes wide onto the weak side, and now Arnett's there. Arnett gets it down to Tremont. Tremont throws it back up to the point in between both his defensemen, and they retreat into the neutral zone. The Mountaineers carried into their offensive zone. Richter takes a shot. It goes wide of the net. Takes a weird bounce off the corner. But Virginia, once again, trying to stretch all the way through the neutral zone, and it just doesn't get there. Locklear gets it. He slaps it up the boards, and now Casey's on it. Casey gets it up to Luke Miller. Luke Miller takes a shot. It's blocked away. Luke Miller has it again. He looks in front. Robbie Richter can't get it. Now Miller has the puck again. Top of the circle. Takes a shot. Blocked away. Casey in the corner. The Mountaineers taking shots left and right. And then Casey turns the puck over as Virginia comes away with it. Through the center faceoff dot, he loses the puck as soon as he crosses into the offensive zone. Richter passes it back, trying to regroup. It's not a strong enough pass. There's just kind of a weird angle for Craig to play. Now the puck is sent out into the neutral zone. The Mountaineers still pressing, And now Beatson makes a move, makes one miss. Beatson makes two miss, and he gets the puck to the front of the net and forces the Virginia goalie to cover it. As there's some shoving around the net. Robbie Richter well after the whistle. Mountaineers just continue to get the puck into high danger areas. Just a matter of can they keep doing it? And can they break the seal once again? As this game is still 2-1 with 8:35 remaining in the second frame. As the ref makes sure that the net's still on, that we're all good, have a conversation with the goalie, and both teams get a unit change. The Mountaineers win the faceoff, but Hoey kicks it out of the zone when trying to control it and sends the puck back in. Pass across the neutral zone, and Johnson finds himself at the end of it. Beatson spins around in a bit of a panic, but it works out for him as Caden McCabe gets it, and then Beatson carries it to the neutral zone. He goes down. Sure, he caught a stick to the leg, but there's nothing to be called there, and Hoey sends it in deep. And Virginia going back behind their net through the neutral zone. The pass is too high, and that's going to be an icing, as Aiden Hoey's going to beat everyone there. And then Arnett's line comes right back out. It's Arnett, Tremont, and Brady. They really look like they want another, and coach is letting them go get it. The faceoff won by Arnett. A pad save. Brady gets the rebound. And a block by number 88 on Virginia. Just a great defensive play to save what might have been a goal there from Riley Brady. App State has been known as the team to block pucks today, but Virginia says we can do that too. The faceoff once again won back by Arnett. Brady comes away with it, but he's pressed immediately. Virginia struggling to control the puck. It just bounces out, and Locklear sends it back in over Arnett's head. Around the boards it goes to the weak side. And up the right side into the center. Back to Locklear it goes, who sends it back down into the same corner, and around the boards it goes. Behind the net, Virginia controls. One beats Arnett, and he beats Tremont. He dances down the left side and cuts to the middle. He takes a shot that hits the stick of Moresco and doesn't even come close to the net. Moresco passes it back to Locklear, who looks around, and he gets it up to Tremont. But it's a bouncing puck, hits his shin pads, and he's forced to go back down to control it. Tremont trying to make the stretch pass, and he does to Brady. Brady moving to the zone. Brady cuts to the center, but he loses the puck as he had plenty of speed entering the zone there. And it's just not good enough. Virginia playing excellent defense. And Arnett can't control that as he forechecks and he delivers a hit. And the puck ends up on the stick of Luke Miller. Luke Miller battling for it on the boards. And Locklear once again controlling the puck and sending it in deep. Something that's been working out for the Mountaineers this period. Virginia sends it back around and up the boards. Now Gleason takes it back and gets it up to Richter. Richter carrying down his left wing. Richter beats one wide, takes a shot, and it just goes wide of the net, missing by less than a few inches. As he had some real speed there, carrying it into the zone. And now Virginia just sending it back and forth up the boards. Luke Miller sticks it down, puts it back into the zone, but the Mountaineers are offsides because Robbie Richter took a second to get out. But Virginia still can't control it. And now Casey also struggling to control it and allows Virginia to come away with it. They take a shot off a stick and into the weak side corner. Gleason, he comes away with the puck and puts it up the backhand off the boards. Virginia sends it back into the strong side corner. Behind there, Craig gets it over to Gleason, who just fans on it and gets it over to Miller. Now Virginia, it's their turn to forecheck. The Mountaineers, the puck gets into the center of the slot, a shot by Virginia, and it's blocked by Richter. The Mountaineers will have all 5 guys change here, as will Virginia. As the faceoff is won by App State, Johnson sticks it on for McCabe. Johnson trying to deliver a hit, and Hoey comes away with the puck, who gets it over to Beatson. The Mountaineers just can't get it up the boards far enough to get anything going as he tries to find a wing there, but Hoey can't convert on that pass either. Now Johnson back behind him to McCabe. McCabe unable to get the puck out, and Watson comes to help him out. With one man on the ice, the Mountaineers and the Cavaliers stick out the puck, and it gets out of there. As they find it in the slot, a shot just blocked last second by Aiden Hoey. As they go D to D, a shot again, and that goes wide of the net. App State trying to get a backhand pass out of the zone, but once again, they can't get it out. Virginia in the corner, a pass to the front of the net, a slot shot, and Geyer makes the save. And Seth Johnson just chips it out of the zone for Caden McCabe. And they finally get it out of the zone momentarily as Beatson goes for the change and Riley Brady takes his place. Now Watson, he's there as the forechecker, but it's not enough to interrupt the Virginia breakout as they send the puck in deep. Now Brady has it. He sends it all the way across the neutral zone, but it's gloved down by the Cavaliers. Then Arnett gets in there. McCabe can't get the pass he's looking for to Johnson. Hoey back behind the net. Up the boards. And Arnett finds Tremont all the way across the zone. Tremont tries to cut to the inside unsuccessfully. He takes a body on the boards, and he tries to control in the corner. He tries to find Brady. Brady can't get it. And now Locklear turns the puck over in the neutral zone after intercepting the pass. Locklear, high off the glass. It bounces past everybody. And Tremont almost beat everybody there. But Virginia was just right in the right place at the right time. As it goes off a stick and wide of the net once again on another Virginia shot. And then off the netting on the clearing attempt with 3 minutes remaining in the second period. And the Arnett, Tremont, and Brady line will stay out there. Take this faceoff in the defensive zone. It's one back to Locklear. And he just can't connect on the passes. The Mountaineers are just miscommunicating left and right and just not executing at the level they need to on the breakout as Tremont gets the change. He looks tired getting off the ice there. Now Arnett has it. Arnett tries to body one man, but he loses the puck in the process. And now Virginia. It gets there after a poke by Maresco all the way through and chipped over the net. Again, not even testing Geyer. The puck goes around a hit delivered by Patrick Casey. And now it's chipped out, and Robbie Richter has it. He's alone. Nobody's with him. What can he do here? He backhands, and a save by the Cavaliers goaltender. Robbie Richter in a one-on-one situation. And just a great job staying with him by the Cavaliers goaltender. And whenever a goaltender makes a save like that look easy, that's a sign of a talented guy in between the pipes. And he's certainly been keeping his team in the game today. And Patrick Casey loses the faceoff, and Virginia comes away with it. They come down the left wing, and they try to send a shot, but the Mountaineers once again are just in the way. Richter gets a poke on it. And the Virginia gets it back into the corner. And an attempted hit, but after some leg-to-leg contact, player goes down. And now Richter is interfered with before he even gets the puck. But Virginia comes away with it with no arm raised. And in the pass attempt to Richter, Tremont just decides to carry it himself after a little back and forth. He loses control of the puck, and he carries it into the boards. 5 players on the boards fighting for it, and it comes out to Casey in the corner, but he can't get it as it just rips behind his stick. Now it goes up the boards just past Gleason and Tremont, and Virginia ices it all the way down, but that's going to be waved off. And then Brady tries to send it around to Johnson. Johnson is beat there. Virginia has it, and another shot off the legs of Gleason. A pass up, and Riley Brady gets it out of the zone as Virginia carries it back in offsides with 45 seconds left. And so as the face-off, the scoreboard operator decides to hit the buzzer. So after 1 second, the play is whistled dead. After Arnett and the opposing center get tied up in the circle, the puck is going to be dropped again. So they should really tell the scorekeeper to give them 1 second back, because every second matters in a close game like this. Now Arnett wins it back, and Tremont comes in to deliver a hit off the faceoff, but Virginia still somehow comes away with it. Now it's sent up the boards, and it gets out of the Mountaineers' defensive zone. A hit delivered by Arnett, and Tremont comes away with it. He had Brady in the center, but he just loses the foot race there. That would have been a great opportunity for the black and gold. And now a poke by Hoey as Tremont comes in there to try and pick up the puck, and he runs into Hoey. And now Virginia turns around, takes a shot. He can't convert. And on the left side, back up to the point, another shot, and it's blocked by Arnett, who gets pulled down by a stick. And there's a whistle. I'm not sure what for, as I assumed there would be a hooking on Arnett, but it was not that. And play is whistled dead after some bodies go down in the corner. We wait and see if any penalties will be given out here for the last 4.8 of the period. As Riley Brady is being ushered off the ice and into the penalty box. But it looks like the Cavaliers will also have someone in the box. Or I apologize, Brady's not going to get in there. It's going to be Chase Arnett. And so with offsetting penalties for the last 5 seconds, the Mountaineers are going to be without Chase Arnett, their highest point tallier of the season so far. And so for 4.8 seconds and to start the third period, we get some 4-on-4 hockey. So the faceoff is won back. Johnson just takes it into the corner, tries to kill time. And we're heading to the third period. So after 2, the Mountaineers are holding on to the lead 2-1. And it seems now, after the second period, we're going to get an ice cut. So after a 15-minute break, we'll be back for the third period and some 4-on-4 action. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for third period action between the App State Mountaineers and the Virginia Cavaliers. Both teams have a minute 55 to kill on penalties, so we're going to start with some 4-on-4 hockey, a lot of space for some players to skate in, something that the faster players are definitely going to take advantage of. And throughout the game, especially in that second period, the Mountaineers' forecheck seemed to take a step forward when it came to energy level and intensity. While Virginia, they've had a strong forecheck all game, they finally found a way to match their intensity, and it's kept the lead the whole time. And so after the face-off, Virginia's going to win it back. And Hoey gets it on the miscue pass, and then he turns it over as well. But then there's a hit delivered by Richter, and he pulls the guy down, and the guy he hits down gives him another shove, and it looks like both of them are going to go to the box. And the referees suddenly not wanting to let anything slide. So once again, we have offsetting penalties. And that means now we're going to see some 3-on-3 hockey. Or is it going to be 4-on-4? I haven't seen the ref's hand signal. And it's going to be 4-on-4. So Patrick Casey, Ryan Bongren, Aiden Hoey, and Seth Johnson out there. And of course, Geyer is still in between the pipes. So a minute 37 left in this 4-on-4 hockey. As Casey gets tied up on the faceoff and Virginia wins it back. The stretch pass, and Hoey just takes it in and goes across to Johnson. It goes back behind the net to Hoey. Hoey looking around, saucer pass to Casey, and it just bounces off his stick into the net, into the bench. Riley Brady actually does a good impression of Owen Geyer, makes a glove save on the bench. Now Johnson and Hoey stay out there, but now Bongren is joined by Watson in the faceoff dot, who wins it back to Hoey. Aiden Hoey, little stop and go. And he saw some space there for Watson, but the pass just can't connect. And the shot goes over Geyer's shoulder. Virginia has it again, and a hit delivered by Johnson, and Bongren gets hit by a straight limb in the face. Now Watson has the puck in the neutral zone. He just sends it in, and they're not going to call that an icing, as Bongren is the forechecker on that one. Johnson tries to interrupt the play, and it works, slowing down the Virginia attack as Virginia goes back, and now they push forward. A pass across the zone at the blue line, and he hits a little half turn and decides to carry it back into open space, taking advantage of having less players on the ice. Now Virginia comes back in after the regroup. Back pass at the blue line, and Seven just can't control it. A good look there as he takes a shot. It's half blocked, but it goes through to Geyer. He makes a stick save. Virginia has it again. A pad save by Geyer, and he's going to keep that out. As two very good chances for the Cavaliers. And Geyer drops down into the butterfly and makes the pad save both times. That's 13 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Those guys are going to be coming out of the box here. As Locklear slaps it around after the win back by Tremont, but I don't think that's the power he wanted on it as Gleason gets beat to that puck. I think he really wanted to send that around. Then there's a collision between Brady and the defenseman there. As Virginia sends it low to Geyer, he just sticks it up into the ceiling. And that's some rebound control to make sure that nobody gets that puck, except for maybe a fan. It's Virginia playing very offensively back here in 5-on-5 hockey. Locklear off the boards. They keep it in, but it's to Gleason. Off the boards in the neutral zone. He tries to find Brady, just maybe a little bit too far for him. And Virginia has possession again. Cross to his defenseman. And then another miscue on the pass. That's going to go all the way back for an icing by Geyer. The Mountaineers are going to get a face-off in the offensive zone here. with 17 minutes and 39 seconds remaining in the final period. And Arnett steps into the faceoff dot. And both centers kind of tie each other up there. But it goes to Tremont, who gets it to Arnett. Brady passed it to Arnett there, who just shot it over the net. And now Seth Johnson can't keep it in and he's beat wide. Hovey's the lone defenseman back, a pass across the zone, and Riley Brady on the back check breaks up that play. Seth Johnson brings it up the boards. A good defensive play again for Brady. This Mountaineers forwards are really back-checking hard tonight, as Arnett and Brady are both there, and Seth Johnson goes for the big hit and only hits himself in the boards. As Virginia sends it back in, and Hoey has possession. Hoey to McCabe, who gets it to Arnett, who tries to beat his man wide, drops it to Tremont. He takes a shot. It sticks away to the weak side. McCabe sends it back in, and he sticks it down now after the attempted breakout pass to McCabe in front, and he can't score. A good give-and-go play between McCabe and Arnett there, and another good chance they just can't convert on. As Tremont gets there on the back check, it's sent around, and Locklear cuts it off with a poke check. Puck is sent back up to the half wall by Virginia, gloved down by Maresco. He controls it and just tries to get it out of the zone, and he does that successfully. Back off the boards, Virginia trying to get the breakout pass. And Mountaineers forecheck coming back to life here, forcing them to make mistakes on those passes as Maresco finds himself controlling it in the neutral zone. Now Virginia has it back and forth possession goes. Locklear turns around, tries to buy some time, and a little bit of possession for his squad. As Beatson gets it to Watson, who gets it across to McCabe and leaves it for Locklear. Locklear beats a man wide. Locklear to the net. Ethan Locklear! He shoots, he scores! Ethan Locklear just beats a man wide, gets in front in a high chance opportunity, and he delivers, giving the Mountaineers a 2-goal lead once again. And after Virginia saw themselves on the forecheck for most of this third period, the Mountaineers go down, and Locklear says he'll do it himself. So defenseman gets another goal on the year. And now the Mountaineers take it down into their offensive zone, but the possession doesn't live for long. The Cavaliers come back down, but that Mountaineers back check is just so strong today, as Luke Miller gets a stick lift, allowing Ethan Locklear to be able to come in and get the hit as Richter takes it wide. Richter to the front. Richter backhand. He shoots. He scores. Robbie Richter. And just like that, the Mountaineers have expanded on their lead, and it's 4-1. The Mountaineers, who just had an excellent forecheck most of the second period, they're finally being rewarded. And the bench is live right now. They're ecstatic. And the faceoff is won back by the Cavaliers. And they break into the zone. It's a 2-on-1 situation. He takes a shot. It goes off the post. He carries it behind the net. He brings it up to the half boards, up to his point man. He takes a shot, and it goes into the netting after Geyer gets a little piece of the glove on that. And now Casey gets involved in a shoving match in front of the net. Refs come in to break it up. And we're 5 minutes into this third period. Arnett wins it back to Hoey, and he has trouble corralling the puck. So he just pinches it to the boards. Now it goes up to Arnett. Loses that battle. Now the Cavaliers moving with much urgency. They get it up to the point, across the blue line. He goes a shot, blocked by Arnett. Virginia sends it back around the boards. Arnett attempts a hit as Johnson shoves a man down trying to win the puck. Hoey gets it. He slaps it up the boards. And now Tremont goes across the neutral zone to Brady, who looks to Arnett, and they just misconnect on that pass. Now Johnson gets the poke check, forcing a move, letting Hoey get the puck, who has it again. He just chips it down the ice. That's not going to be an icing. And a Cavalier sends it off the back of the ref. Arnett comes in. Arnett puts the puck in front, but it's cut off by a defenseman. Puck carried out to the center of the zone. As the Mountaineers move back on defense, a shot taken. Glove saved by Geyer. It's knocked down. They have it again behind the net. He carries it across and gets it up to the point, but it's between both defensemen, and nobody's going to get to that, as their goaltender is just forced to play it, and the Mountaineers get a unit change. Little chip pass attempt doesn't work. Mountaineers send it back in net, and Beatson is just going to charge the net there, forcing a coverage, and there's going to be a whistle. As the faceoff is won back by Virginia, the Mountaineers forecheck immediately, and there's bodies falling on the boards. They send it back in. Virginia sends it around, and Maresco's there to cut it off, but he gets beat, and Locklear hinges back and wins that puck. Locklear off the glass, sent to the other team. Virginia looking to connect on a pass there. He doesn't touch it, though, so that's going to be an icing once again. Virginia comes out. They carry it into the neutral zone. And there's a poke check by PJ Craig. He breaks that play up. Aaron Watson has it. He passes it up, and it's just missed by McCabe. And now Craig has it again. Craig turns around. He connects there with McCabe, who just pushes it on into the zone. For Virginia, D to D. Chipped off the boards. Neither team can really get possession here. It's just back and forth in the neutral zone as Beatson crosses in, and he gets poke checked. Beatson sticks with the play, and he tries to get the pass off, and McCabe trying to just smack the puck into the back of the net. That's not going to work. Geyer comes out to play it. He gets it to Gleason. Gleason, he likes to carry, and he tries to beat a defenseman wide. He cuts back into the corner. Gleason sends off the skate of a ref when trying to get it up to the point, looking for McCabe up there. And now he does find McCabe. McCabe takes a shot that hits bodies. Gleason takes a shot, just misses the net. And from the high slot, he had a good opportunity there. So Toby Gleason was looking for, as there's going to be a whistle. And we're going to have a face-off. So Casey steps into the face-off circle. The Mountaineers actually on the penalty kill here. So Hoey gets a body there. Now Virginia tries to control it behind the net and set up their power play here. He gets it up to the point. He dances across the line, back over to the high slot. The shot off the shoulder of Geyer. And Geyer swallows it up on the attempted saucer pass in front. And Casey wins the face-off, but I don't think everyone was ready. There's a foreign object on the ice. Ref pockets it. Souvenir for reffing. Hoey sends it back around the boards. He takes a late shove. He gets up a little slow there. As Hoey gets the puck out of the slot after a pad save by Geyer. Virginia once again just forechecking as hard as they can. And Hoey tries to get it out. He does. Casey carries it down the wing. Saucer pass attempt, and he finds Robbie Richter. So the puck was flat by the time it got to him, just wasn't online. Locklear, he's the one defenseman there, and after a whiff on the slap shot, Geyer just shoves the puck out of his way. And Casey just forces a pass break up there, getting it out in the neutral zone. Virginia just comes right back in. A drop pass up the blue line forces them to go back again, and they re-enter. One move, trying to get past Gleason, and he circles back across the line. Top of the circle, he moves in, he takes another shot, and it just goes wide of the net. Virginia really trying to create some momentum on this power play. And they try to force it in front, and Geyer has it as there's some shoving, and Mountaineers are going to take issue to that. There's going to be no penalties given out here, but just some shoving. Can't give out penalties for hockey playing as there's 10:21 left in the third period and 24 seconds left on the Mountaineers penalty kill. Virginia certainly doing all they can here, creating chance after chance, and doing a great job of that, but Geyer's just been up to the task. Mountaineers win it. Arnett just wins that and sends the puck out of the zone. A great win on the penalty kill for him. Virginia sets up their controlled breakout, and they bring it through the neutral zone. Onto the offensive end they go. A huge hit by Hoey. He stands him up, but then when Riley Brady tries to get the puck out, it hits a body, a shot, saved by Geyer. So that was another big hit by Aiden Hoey, something he's really known for. Riley Brady just couldn't get the puck out because of it. Virginia wins it back to the point. A shot sticked away by Geyer. One back on the boards by the Cavaliers. When the Mountaineers send it out, and the hands up for icing. But Chase Arnett's going to beat everyone there. Now Riley Brady's in the corner. Gets it up to Seth Johnson. Seth Johnson takes a shot past the glove of the goaltender. Hoey takes it back into his defensive end. And Riley Brady is holding his arm. So that is not a good sign with another Mountaineer injured. We hope that Riley Brady's okay. But we fear it doesn't look great. The Mountaineers are already down a man as well as Sam Casper had to go receive some medical attention after cutting his finger. And we're going to resume play. And we're going to hope that both the missing Mountaineers right now are okay. Some Mountaineers are also missing Jason Beck this weekend. So we've been missing 47 on the ice. Not something you want on these weekends, especially at this point in the season. You want your team as healthy as possible. So we hope it's nothing serious and he'll return soon. There's a whistle for an icing. And App State is going to have to try and win a faceoff here in their defensive zone. And they have a 3-goal lead. It's a comfortable enough cushion. But with 9:22 remaining in the third period, anything can happen. The faceoff is won back by Virginia. Top of the circle, a shot gloved by Geyer. He swallows it up and gets another faceoff. as Watson ties up his opponent on the faceoff. The Mountaineers get it out of the zone with a little help of Virginia miscommunicating on the passes. And Hoey comes back into the corner, and he hits the brakes and gets a good pass to Seth Johnson behind the net, who can't find anyone to break it out to. Johnson chips it off the glass into the middle of the ice, and Virginia brings it back in. He throws it off his backhand, and Hoey just skates it away. He throws it off his backhand, and Beatson just has forced to bring it back, as Virginia is just relentless right now. In a pass to McCabe, as it looked like Virginia was going to be able to get a shot there, as a defenseman was stepping in, but McCabe did a good job of interrupting and getting the puck out of the zone, forcing the Cavaliers to regroup, as the puck is now in the neutral zone, and Beatson just sends it in. The Cavaliers miss the pass, and there's going to be an icing. 8 minutes remaining. Skyer shows off his skills with a saucer pass all the way to the ref. Carter loses the faceoff as Luke Miller goes into the corner, try and win it back. The Cavaliers chip the puck out, and the winger's able to control it. He gets it across. They break in, cuts across the slot, goes down and gets a shot off his backhand, misses the net. And there's going to be a penalty here for a high stick. They're just going to blow that dead.
There you go.
As we wait to see what the referee called here. So he has a conversation, and it looks like the Mountaineers are actually going to be on the power play. There's a penalty called on the Cavaliers here late in the game. Something that could be pretty damaging to their momentum. But as we saw yesterday, sometimes teams like being shorthanded. Might lead to a goal. And Aaron Watson is out there to take the faceoff. Here at his home rink. It's one back, and Tremont takes a shot. It goes off the glass after it's being blocked. A shot turned around by Locklear. It hits some bodies, and he can't get it through. Tremont steps back into it and sends it into the corner. Casey, he's there with it. He tries to beat one, and he does, getting it up to Arnett. Arnett makes one miss. He carries it in. He takes a shot. He scores! That's going to be a tip-in goal on the shot from Chase Arnett. And that's going to be for Aaron Watson. Number 31 was yesterday playing in Richmond. That was his home rink. And this is close enough here in Glen Falls, Virginia. He's got a home court advantage. So the Mountaineers now up 4 goals. Really putting the pedal to the metal, as they have done a great job on the power play tonight. The Cavaliers come back in with speed. Poke checked by Craig. Sent around. Gleason has it, and he gets it up to Beatson. Beatson across the zone to Bongren, who chips it in. Bongren sends it around the boards, and he continues to pursue. He gets help from Beatson, who gets hit, but he knocks the defender down, and then Beatson goes for another hit. Just flops down as a puck goes out of play into the penalty box. We're going to have another whistle. And the puck is won back by App State. But Virginia had someone wide there, and he beats everyone wide. He takes a shot. Pad saved by Geyer. Or sorry, that's a. It looked like he was celebrating a goal. But as you can tell, we're standing behind the net, and I didn't see it go in. So we get the face-off. This Geyer wasn't even set on the face-off. He was talking to one of the referees. But play on. Virginia sends it back to their point man. Takes a shot. It's sticked. And Geyer gets a glove on it. Richter carries it into the zone. He leaves it for Casey. He can't get it, though, because the puck was bouncing. And Seth Johnson just sends it back into the zone. So he didn't have much space and time there. Robbie Richter picks it up, goes around the ref, and tries to figure out what he's going to do with this puck. So he runs into another referee, as I don't think the guys in the stripes don't like Robbie Richter very much. And Seth Johnson chases the lone guy for Virginia in the zone, but he leaves it. He beats Bongren there, but Hoey is there to intercept. Hoey hits a shin pad with his pass, but it gets there to Seth Johnson. And the puck is sent back in. And Hoey looking for a pass again. He tries to get it up to Bongren. They're unsuccessful. In the high slot, Virginia has it. He makes a move, and he loses the puck after a hit by Johnson. A great play by him to stop a probable goal as there's a shot from the point, saved by Geyer. And there's going to be a penalty call here. There's going to be a trip. And Seth Johnson with a strong supporter section here. He's going to have to go serve a tripping penalty for 2 minutes. Mountaineers are down a man for 2 minutes with 5.5 minutes remaining in the final period. It's one back to Locklear, but he gets pressed immediately. Nonetheless, Arnett gets the puck out. The Cavs look for a controlled breakout, and they get it. Carrying it through the zone, he tries to beat Locklear, but once again, the Mountaineers' back check cannot be overstated how important it is. As Virginia goes D to D there, Chase Arnett broke that play up, just getting back as Tremont controls it, but he just can't get it over the blue line. A shot from the top of the left circle, glove saved by Geyer. And Patrick Casey tries to win the faceoff on the penalty kill. He does to Gleason, who sends it around, but there's only a Cavalier there to cut it off. And then McCabe takes advantage of some poor stick handling and tries to throw it back into the middle to Casey, but there's nobody there. Virginia slows it down a bit as they enter the zone, sends it back down low, but Gleason had the inside angle there and just sends it around out. 1 minute remaining on the penalty kill. McCabe beats a guy there, but Virginia, with the man advantage, wins that puck back. Carrying it through the center of the defensive of the neutral zone. Once again, Virginia tries to take a shot from the point. It bounces around to Hoey. Hoey just sends it out, hits a glove, but that's going to be enough to get out and kill another 30 seconds of the power play for Virginia. As Beatson flies in on the forecheck, but he's going to be called here. And that's going to be another trip for the Mountaineers. So we're going to have 5-on-3 for 24 seconds. And then the Mountaineers will be serving a man down until 1:54 remains, as there's 3:54 remaining. Is carried behind by Hoey. He tries to chip the puck off the glass, but Bongren is tied up there. No one can find the puck. Face off. Puck sent, blocked by his own player. It's Virginia's own play.
Sure.
And the Mountaineers bring the puck back in. Patrick Casey sends it all the way down. But then Virginia chips it right back out where Gleason tried to control it. They're going to be offsides, though. And that's going to be it for the attack there for the Mountaineers with 1 minute remaining. And so the faceoff is won by the Mountaineers. Patrick Casey sends a shot. It rings around the boards. And at the point is Peyton Craig, who sends it back in. Carrying through the neutral zone. Gleason steps up. He gets a stick on it, sending that over the boards. Or over the net, rather. As Virginia tries to send it back in. Richter waves at it. He can't get anything as the puck whizzes right by the net. Richter trying to create something. He can't get anything going as Carter came through to help him out. Casey with a hit late in the game. There's some extra shoving after that one. Locklear gets beat, and then